Hi Tribe, great to be back with you again. Today we're going to be looking at the Jewish value Kol Yisrael Areivim Bazeh. All of Israel are responsible for one another. This is a very deeply rooted Jewish value that we see all the time in so many different contexts. But I tend to notice that people really do practice this of sense of responsibility and of going the extra mile for those who are in their extended family, the Jewish family. But I see that this tends to happen in our own isolated bubbles. So in Judaism, as in other cultures and religions, we have not just the Jews, but also so many different denominations and labels that we've given to ourselves and to our communities. Secular, Reform, Conservative, Orthodox, none of the above, something in between. In Israel, it's even more fractured and there's different labels. But the labels aren't biblical. They didn't come from God. They came from us. We assigned labels to ourselves and to our communities based on our philosophies and who we jive with, and etc. So we do pick our own narrow social circles, but as we learn, this value means that God is really much more interested that we look out for each other regardless of where we stand, what community we're part of. We're all Jews, or we have family members or are very close with those who are Jews who are part of our lives. And as such, we look out for each other, brother to brother and sister to sister. And so I'd like to share a story that I heard from my teacher. So my teacher was driving down the highway and he sees a car pulled on the side of the road, and there's a Jewish guy sitting next to his car there. And so he pulls over and he says, "Hey, see you're stuck here, can I help you?" And the man is so grateful. And so my teacher starts helping him, flat tire, pulls out the jack from his car, and they're helping him change the tire. But the whole time, the guy with the flat has this puzzled look on his face. And my teacher's saying, "Is everything okay? Like, did I do something wrong?" And the guy with the flat, he had a kippah on his head. For those who don't know, this is a kippah. It's a skull cap that men, and in some denominations, Jewish women also wear on their heads. And it's meant to remind you that God is above you. So this was the sign to my teacher that this guy is Jewish. But here he was, taking it off and asking my teacher, "What is this?" And he's a little taken aback, but he said, "You don't know?" And so the man with the flat said, "I was waiting for a long time for someone to stop and help me, and nobody stopped. And then I remembered that my mother told me to put this in my car. And if I ever had an emergency or was stuck, to put it on my head. And that someone would come quickly. And so I put this on my head, and a few minutes later you came by and you stopped and you helped me. What is it?" And so my teacher laughed and had to explain to him that this is the sign of Jewishness. It's that this comes from a Jewish tradition of wearing a kippah. And of course, we should always be kind and thoughtful and helpful to others, regardless of their religion, their background, and certainly regardless of whether or not they wear a kippah. But the story just illustrates that this mother, whoever she was, however she knew it, knew that there is a very strong sense of responsibility between Jews to their fellow Jews, and that this sign, this kippah, would protect her son. So I think it's important that we do all remember to take this value and to extend it both to people outside of our own denominations and also to those outside the Jewish faith, that we really should also feel a sense of collective responsibility for one another as human beings. So thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed.